All right, welcome back, man. We're looking forward to getting this thing started. Got a good group of, you good back there? Got a good group of guys coming in. We'll be about one deep, so we're going to have to work the rotation as we go with the camp, but it'll be a good one for us to get these young guys some reps, and looking forward to that. And once the vets get in, really, and you'll probably see him up here today, Turk will be starting off on PUP, and then we'll just make a decision with Pacheco as we go forward here. But those are really the only two that would be on a list as of right now. So other than that, we're ready to giddy up and go, and I'll throw it out to you guys.
Andy, last year you started thinking very early about how Patrick was driving everything in terms of the leadership and sort of the fire of it all. What have you seen this offseason? And
yeah, so really during OTAs you saw that. He's not going to change that role. He's going to continue to be one of the leaders of the team, and you saw that with Kelsey, and you'll add Chris Jones in here somewhere as things go on, and he'll be another one that helps step things up. But we've got a variety of young guys that they've got great personalities, and I'm expecting them to continue to grow in that area too.
And where's the room for growth with Patrick? Obviously, it's there somewhere, but
Yeah.
how do you focus on
Yeah.
there?
So listen, with quarterbacks, the work's never done, and I've mentioned before, it's like being a farmer, and you could just keep on cranking. So, and we're always trying to give him new challenges with things, and he loves that and loves to attack those type of things. So that's what. That's where it's at, but there are always things to work on. Fundamentally, there's always things to work on. He spends a tremendous amount of time at that and puts a lot of effort into it, and then obviously the new plays.
You mentioned Jones will be here on.
I don't know that. I'll have to just see how that goes. I mean, there's communication going on. That's the important part, and then we just have to see. Yeah.
With the rookies, Patrick mentioned that this is different. Camp is different than the off-season workouts. Have they really, you felt like, gotten a taste yet of just not only what it's like to be in the NFL, but also to be joining a team that the expectations are this high?
I think they'll feel that a little bit more now. I think you're a little bit guarded just by the rules for your OTAs and that. But it's a good foundation to build with. But this year this tests you both mentally and physically when you have to go through a training camp, and then they've got to deal with you guys every day, and it's just different. There are a lot of eyes on them, all the fans that are out there, a lot of eyes, and so it's different. There's a different intensity level. Plus, you're getting ready. I mean, you are getting ready for the season, and you're building that foundation for the season.
And if you say that being a quarterback is like being a farmer, from your role, when do you actually start to think about training camp before you ever even show up?
Yeah, so I take my work with me, and I spend a couple hours a day working on things on that time. I enjoy doing that. So, some people read novels. I look at plays.
Where does the boy lie in when you may know something, Coach, that maybe nobody else in the organization knows how camp is going to go exactly, but you sort of stumbled upon something or something that sparked your interest? What's that feeling like when you know you're going to obviously eventually reveal that to everybody here?
Yeah, so I mean, there's not a lot of that goes on. I mean, I try to keep open communication with my guys, and I don't throw a lot of surprises out there for them. But this will be challenging, and we try to create that every year. It always ends up being created in a little different way, and so we'll just see how that goes.
Coach, you talk about challenges. I mean, really, year in and year out, what keeps you motivated? I mean, obviously you come out from another Super Bowl win, but what keeps you motivated to keep pressing on?
Yeah, visiting with you guys. Listen, I love the game, and so I mean that's and we've got a good football team. I love the organization. I mean, being up here, Missouri Western State University, and the way the people treat us up here is phenomenal. So I mean, all of those things I look forward to and enjoy doing.
Coach, have you watched the quarterback series on Netflix as it's been presented at the end here?
I haven't. I went through it with Ted before it was, when it was we were going through the process.
Right.
had a pretty good idea what was going on with it. And it sounds like my wife watched it, so sounds like it's a pretty good show. And I'm happy. It's good for the NFL. It's great for people to know what the quarterbacks go through. Yeah.
One of the things you asked Patrick about is he said, you had to kind of approve of this thing and you went through the stuff with Ted. What was that like for you to kind of make sure that some things you don't want to, you want the life out there, but you don't want some of the details that maybe are proprietary to you guys out there?
Yeah, so listen, Pat's got a good feel for that too. So, and likewise Ted. Ted had probably the biggest part in all of it, having to go through every inch of it. But listen, there are things you don't want out there. I mean, the best you possibly can. It's hard in today's world with all the technology, but there's some things you'd like to keep in house. In particular, the way we teach things, and so that's that's what we tried to do with that to a point. We shared a few things too. But
Andy, you mentioned Pacheco a minute ago. Longer term, is there any concern that he may not be ready for the regular season, or do you feel like he'll have enough time?
Adam, I think we'll have enough time, but let's see how this all goes. I'd be curious to talk to him. I haven't seen him yet, and Rick is likewise going to talk to him. So.
Coach, how big are the next 3 games for the rookies and pinpointing Rasheed Rice, and what can he accomplish and learn and prepare him for when the full practice starts on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's great for the young guys. I think it's good for the older guys just to get tuned up. They know what it takes to get themselves ready for the season, and this is a way to knock a little rust off. But for the young guys, I think it's even more beneficial. And it's also beneficial for the coaches to see the young guys and see what they can do and the progress they're making throughout the 3 games. So we'll just, we'll see how that rolls. But I like having some form of preseason games. I mean, I just think that ends up getting you started for the season, kind of smooths out some things.
Coach, do you have to make any adjustments when your off season was so busy? Because this year, a lot more players got to celebrate the Super Bowl, unlike the last time. And then training camp starts a little earlier, so your kind of time in the middle is a little bit shorter. Are there challenges that come with that?
I think everybody's kind of ready to get going and just turn the page. It's over. All that stuff's over, and we're moving forward. And so I think the camp takes care of the rest of that.
Couple more guys.
Andy, with Patrick Mahomes, you were just saying how much they enjoyed and embraced the challenge of going back to back. What lessons did you learn maybe from the last time you guys won, then came back, got there, but didn't win the championship? What lessons are you learning that you can take into this season?
Yeah, well, you've got to maintain your edge all the way through the season, and you don't take anything for granted. And so the guys that have been through that experience know that, and then you got to have the ball flip the right way for you. It's there's so much parity in this league that there's nothing that's granted to you. You've got to earn it, and then there's got to be certain things that just happen for you in the right direction, and then you'd have a chance to do something like that. But to do that, you've got to go this one day at a time approach, and you've got to be intense through those days that you're given an opportunity to get better with.
How much do you just rely on guys like Patrick and Travis to sort of set that environment?
Yeah, I love their attitude towards it. That's infectious. As there are a number of guys that do that, but those two are, they've got eyes on them. And the way they go about their business is they want to be great every day and do the best they can do every day. And they understand that through the tough parts of this, that it pays off for you down the road.
Last one, Bob.
Andy, it's well understood that you and Patrick have had a wavelength since you met, really. I wondered how much closer you guys are to a shared vision of everything at this stage, and is there even room for that to grow, and how you see things?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think time just, does that to you naturally, but he knows, he's got a great feel for things, and he knows what we're all about and what I want, and I know what he wants, and we just go about it and make sure we get everything taken care of. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right, good seeing you guys. Yep.